Hi loves, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Morgan, and today this video is very different from my usual. It's an explanation as to why I've been a little bit missing. Usually my videos are about fashion and luxury handbags, but today I have a little bit of a story time because my wedding has been canceled due to the virus. I guess I need to back up and give you some of the story of my wedding planning and stuff so you understand how we got to where we are. We have been planning our wedding for quite a while. I was supposed to get married just outside of London at a gorgeous venue called Anhill Park. I found out about this venue through Lydia Millen. I will link her wedding video below. She is a UK YouTuber and the place was just stunning. We had looked around in India and we had looked around in the UK a bit, and that one just ended up being the venue of our dreams. Actually, let me back up a little bit further. If you don't know already, my fiance is Indian. We both live in Dubai, and we were going to have the whole big thing. So we were having the Christian wedding, we were having the Hindu wedding, and our wedding was supposed to be 4 days long. And our guests were coming from India, the US, and the UAE, and we were having our wedding in the UK. So we were watching the situation in the world very closely, especially in those 4 countries, just to get an idea of, when travel will be allowed. It got to towards the end of April and we realized this situation is probably going to go on for a while. At best, the virus will be slowed, but I know by August there will not be a widely distributed vaccine, and Ronnie and I came to the conclusion that we would postpone our wedding for at least 1 year, in hopes that a vaccine would be distributed by then and our family and friends would be safe to travel. Because, we've been together for, it's coming up on 7 years this December, and this wedding is a celebration of our love. It's not like, oh, we have to have it, do the big thing. We're still gonna be legally married, but it's just not going to be a thing. Like, we were doing this because we always dreamed of having a big wedding and having all of our friends and family there to celebrate our love. But, we were like, it doesn't matter if we do it this year or next year. It's not, the worst thing we could be going through right now. Our hearts really go out to everyone suffering and who are losing their jobs, their loved ones. That is the biggest crisis right now, is health and being able to keep a roof over your head. So we easily made the decision to postpone our wedding, and we were fine with that. So it took me a little while because we were still watching, still waiting, still hoping, and then we finally realized it's just not gonna happen. Like, we can't risk our loved ones traveling. What if they get sick? Like, we didn't want that on our conscience, on our marriage. And we decided to call the venue and explore our options. We were fully prepared to, pay a changing fee or whatever we had to do to move the wedding. The most important thing to us is that our loved ones are safe. And I called the venue and they were very understanding. I spoke with the event coordinator there, and when I told her our position on everything, she said, well, the only thing we can do for you is move it later on in this year, because the owners have decided to take the property in another direction and will not be holding weddings from January 2021 onwards. And that's when I started going through it a little bit. It took us 2 years to even choose our venue, and we both agreed that we would only do the whole wedding if we could do it the way we wanted to do it. We were told, as per the UK, our contract, our wedding could go forward as it is right now. Things are constantly changing, so maybe this would change in the future, I don't know, but as it is right now, weddings will be happening in August. The only way to get our deposit back is if they can resell our dates. And I said, okay, go for it. Resell our dates, do your best. We understand the situation, contractually, there's nothing else we could do about it. Just gonna have to take that loss. And we just decided that, you know what, go for it. You don't have to check with us. If you get an inquiry, take it. Please resell our dates. And from then I had a bit of a hard time. I mean, I'll be honest, I've dreamed of my wedding since I was young, and I mean, I never dreamed it would be 4 days long. That kind of came along with the fact that my fiance is Indian and we were doing more wedding functions than just the 1-day wedding I was used to in my culture. And you know, it became this joint dream, this joint, you know, beautiful event that we were going to have for our friends and family. And I was planning everything myself. I did not take a planner because I knew exactly how I wanted everything to look. I knew exactly what I wanted for entertainment, for food, and I put hours and hours into everything. And luckily, we had stopped the planning when the lockdown started happening. I stopped booking vendors. I stopped putting deposits down for things. So we had not booked a good portion of, like, we had not booked the florist yet. We had not booked for the decor installations or the table decorations. We had not finalized the menu on the food, so we had not put the deposit down for that quite yet. But we did have about half our entertainment acts booked. I was taking 4 different photographers, and I had booked 3 of the 4. I had not booked a videographer yet. I have all of my dresses. They are all in different countries right now, pretty much. I have a few here with me in Dubai. I had started taking some of the dresses each time I would go to London, and I put them in our flat there. So I have a few dresses there. I have 2 still in production. I have a dress and some pieces at my family home in the US. When all this is over and I can travel again, I will definitely be collecting those. Some of them will be kept for me, for memories, for life, like anyone else would keep their wedding dress. And I am going to figure out a way to help some brides in need with a few of them. And some of them were not like full-on wedding dresses, so they're just dresses that can be incorporated into my everyday life. I've been sharing this process with you of canceling everything on my Instagram. I have a highlight over there. If you want to see my wedding inspiration, you can check that out if you want to see more detailed about how I was designing each function and what the overall idea for the wedding was and the schedule of events and all of that stuff. That's all on my highlight on my Instagram. I'll link it down below. As disappointed as I am about this and how difficult it is for me to talk about, I fully understand that this is not the worst thing that could be happening right now in the world, and my heart aches for everyone suffering. I know people personally who have the virus, and I know the struggles of a lot of people, even in my personal life, or people connected in my personal life and what they're going through. And as much as I want to be sad about my wedding being canceled, which I do have a right to, this is a dream that's crushed. We're all going through a collective loss, whether it be you didn't get to walk in graduation, or you have the virus, or you lost your job. We are all going through a collective loss. I just want to say thank you to everyone who said such loving things to me on Instagram. Oh wow. Okay. I did not expect to cry about this. The point is we want something good to come out of this. Sorry, I'll just take a minute. The point is we want something good to come out of this. We want to help other brides in need. And yes, we have our other charity work that we're doing, and other things that we are keeping to ourselves, but this we're making public because we want to get it to the right couples in need. I reached out to most of the vendors I had already booked to ask if I could pay the contract in full and give it to a couple in need. And I was actually quite shocked that more than half decided to just take the deposit, and because that was the terms of the contract, if the wedding is canceled or postponed, that our deposit is forfeited. And you know, contractually I can't be mad about it because it was in the contract, so that is their choice. I'm so happy that 2 of my photographers have agreed to work with us, and we have paid the contracts in full because we know this time is just as difficult for wedding vendors as it is for couples. You know, they're losing work, and a lot of them are freelance artists, and we did not want to reach out with the expectation that they would do work for free to do a giveaway. That's not what we wanted this to be. So we have paid the packages in full. One photographer already had a couple in need that is a young couple getting married in the UK, and so that giveaway was done through him. Hopefully those memories will last them a lifetime. Second photographer, I did ask if we could use the deposit to put towards a couple's photo shoot for the two of us instead of just forfeiting it completely at his convenience. We will coordinate that in the future once it's safe to travel, and he agreed. And I'm so thankful because even though we're not having the big wedding, I do have my dress. Hi. Oh, everything's easier with the puppy. I'm just thankful I'm going to get that first look with Ronnie for him to see me in my dress. We're going to get those memories to hang up in our home in the form of photos. I know how much the photos meant to me in my wedding. Now for the giveaway part, which I think I've collected myself enough to get through. We have, like I said, we had our third photographer. He did not have a couple that he personally knew that were in need. We have teamed up with him. Editing Morgan here. I totally forgot to say this giveaway is exclusively on my Instagram. You can find this photo on my Instagram, which is linked in the description box below. And when you find the photo, follow the instructions in the caption to enter. He is willing to go to a backyard wedding, to a courthouse wedding, to a wedding at a venue. We want to do our best to make sure that this package goes to a couple in need that could really use this and could make their big day extra special. If you're based in the UK, if you know people there or whatever it is, please share this. Please share the post on Instagram. I want this to get around. My following base is mixed. I know my reach in the UK is not huge, and it is not part of this giveaway that you have to follow me. I don't want this to be about gaining anything on social media. I only ask that you share this so that more people who might actually need this giveaway can enter. Also, I'm really sorry this is only UK based. It's because my photographer and my wedding was going to happen in the UK and he's based there. But I am working on some other giveaways for brides in need that will be worldwide. I'm going to let this one finish first, and then I'll have a few more coming out. Please stay tuned for those if you are a bride in another country who could use a little bit of help. My heart goes out to you. I know how difficult this has been. And again, like I said, this is not the end of the world. I know there are worse things going on, but you know, a wedding is a big life event, and you, as a woman, I know I've dreamt of it for a long time, and it's crushing that, you know, something completely out of my control is wrecking the day. So my heart goes out to everyone who's not getting their moment from their wedding, their graduation, their, you know, not being able to be with their loved ones on their birthday. All of these are major life events, and this is just one area I personally feel like helping in because I know how much it sucks to have the virus, you know, ruin your big day. So please pop over to my Instagram, and I just want to thank you all for making it through this. So I promise I will have some more content coming for you soon. I actually had about 7 videos filmed right before quarantine started, and I just, you know, I'm sorry I just didn't have the motivation to edit and do all the stuff, but I miss connecting with you, and I promise I'm going to be back with my usual content and some new things too, because the world is changing, and you can also let me know in the comments below what you want to see. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.